Right. That's another one done, and we really are getting closer now. Let me throw in a save. It's been a little while already. Okay, who is next? Honestly, wait, Mid herself has a quest, or maybe it's one of the engineers. I didn't even see that. Oh no, sorry, it's someone higher up. It's not. Okay, more of this respecting the dead, not letting people be forgotten, all that stuff.
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
You are a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
Yeah, this one, for me, it treads over a lot of ground, a lot of points that have already been made in the game, so I'm not as interested in this one personally, but obviously we're going to do it. We've heard a lot about the bearers and their upbringing and how they've been treated and what they're used for and all that kind of stuff, so it feels like a lot of that's repeating itself. And well, there's been at least 5 times in this game where I've mentioned that it's cool that they have such a respect for the dead and trying to preserve their memory, their legacy, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I very clearly get the point, but maybe they're overcooking it a little bit with that stuff right now. But let's get it done, and maybe there'll be a twist in the tale or something interesting will happen, so we'll just see what happens. Is this a totally... like, it should be an area of it that I definitely haven't been in yet, so that's good. Akashic Sprinter. Wow, they really want that smoke. Okay, fine. Right. Is that done? Let's line them up. Ah, I tried to line them up. Yeah, this should get the job done. They just wouldn't leave me alone. I just had to take care of business. Have to go around here? Yeah. It's one of the more densely forested areas. Okay.
This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Just want to see... Okay. What is this one related to? That's odd. Maybe I have to go in here first. Maybe I need a key. Yeah, so similar vibes to the Doris quest, where we're going to find out what they do. Yeah. Okay.
Disposed of.
Today's exercise. Okay.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place.
Yeah, let's read this one. I have recently learned that my own daughter was among the children turned to stone by the brutal training I subjected them to. I had not so much as thought of her since handing her over to the authorities as a babe, but inquiries with the military confirmed it. It was her. I had been torturing my own flesh and blood, and now I see her everywhere. Today, one of the children smiled at me in the hope of receiving a few scraps from my table. It was her smile, the smile she inherited from her mother, the mother I killed for giving birth to a bearer. Their ghosts have all come back to haunt me. My daughters, my wives, all of them, all those children. So many have died at my hand. I can bear the guilt no longer, and so I have decided, tomorrow, I too must die. It will be the last order I give those poor wretches, the last torment I subject them to. I will command them to tear me limb from limb, and into my accursed corpse beneath the white tree whose crooked hands reach the sky in supplication. And beside me, my shame, my curse, the record of all their names, all those I have wronged.
This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out.
So someone develops a conscience only after killing his own wife for giving birth to a bearer, torturing his own daughter, and, being responsible for the deaths of loads of kids. That's good. Better late than never, eh? What are we going to be facing? It's a nice place for a fight.
Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Okay, registry of bearer losses. Yeah, those ages are horrifying.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the the architect of all this misery. It was only a matter of time, I suppose.
Okay, the architect.
This place is cursed.
Yeah, it's the clergyman first. This guy's really gunning for me. No, not him. Ah. Was trying to get a nice block against him, did not work. Right. Toy. Let's take him out. Alright, stagger coming. There it is. Get closer to full health here. That was a nice 65,000 damage there.
Too slow. Let's try.
There you go. Yeah, I knew he was coming back for the second. Alright, this should be enough. Titan!
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Let's do that.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover the names of my fallen friends?
I did. Yes.
If I may? The bearer registry. The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark times. I can still remember their faces, like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way, at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach. and the spirit of those its custodian sought to crush. All of Valisthea will know of our suffering, and in the name of those I lost, I will not let it happen again.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity, were it not for you. Thank you.
Right, there it is. Another one in the books. Mesmerize. Like I said, this one for me is definitely not like up there among the like really good ones, but fair enough, it had to be done. I wasn't obviously going to leave it behind after doing all these quests, and we are getting close now to finishing things. There's 3 more to go. As I said, I will be leaving Joshua till last. And then there's hunts. So I think we've cleared out a couple kind of coincidentally, but there's got to be at least about 5 or 6 hunts to do. They'll be quicker than the side quests, would be my guess. Let's have a look. There's only 1 S and a bunch of A's left at this stage. How many is that? Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There's 35 hunts, so there's 3 more to come still from here. So we've got Gav, Byron, and Joshua left. I think that's a good trio to end with for the side questing. Let's see what Gav wants.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Yeah, nice touch from my man Gav. He's not purely just about like the banter and the jokes and the running around being like the, well, both the hero and sometimes the unsung hero. Nice bit of thoughtfulness there coming from him. Right, let's speak with the merchants. Which... Oh, Martha's Rest, sorry. Let's head there.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo. Near some gad hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Silver chocobos, huh? I did have someone else message me saying that they're just like, they absolutely hate the way that they say chocobo instead of chocobo. I'm sure there's many people that share my sentiment, but it's probably one of those things where a lot of people might even just have said chocobo anyway. and that's normal for them, but definitely not for me.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
And it's taken me an unreasonably long time to find the third merchant. I don't know why. Because again, the map's only showing me just an area. Might be off to the side somewhere.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt me.
Because they were talking about sexy time previously when she was like, does it still hurt? I thought they were going to talk about some kind of sexy time accident or something.
Can I help you with summit?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Do we have anything closer? Probably not. But actually this way is probably closer. Just go from here. Sir Wade's town first.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change.
I mean, I'd rather not have to fight a silver chocobo.
More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
Let's grab this first.
I don't hear anything.
But the feather is there.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, a couple.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
Yeah, every time I see chocobos, I think there's going to be a fight. I get Vietnam flashbacks of Final Fantasy. I'm 12. The Final Fantasy 12. I'm sure that was the one with the really tough chocobos that fire like comet all the time. But yeah, the chocobos look pretty similar to Ambrosia. But yeah, they have just enough silver tint on them, I guess, for it to be a bit different. So sorry I called you Ambrosia, but I'm gonna make moves. Alright, let's wrap this one up.
It was no trouble at all.
Oh, it's Ember.
Still, I appreciate it. Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Gav, what a man. Is there anything he cannot do? Seriously. Where is Edda, though? The infirmary, right. But yeah, I think with this one especially, they just wanted to show that sort of sensitive side to him as well. He's been a great character, I have to say. I've really liked his voice acting as well. I think it's really added to his character. And he's been there with us basically the whole way through thick and thin. And he is basically the one guy in the main team who doesn't really have any like special powers, quote unquote. He's just good with a sword and a very good scout, and he's managed to keep up with everything, be significant in the story in pivotal moments as well. And well, he's a good guy and talented at carving to boot. He's the man.
I was just about to go in, but then I thought it might be better if you went first. What with you being the head of the family and all.
See what I mean? The stuff that he thinks about. It should be Gav going in here first. We should go together.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is,
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced.
Every family needs a Gav.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
Ah, you know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Toggle.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway, after I walk this off. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
There we go. Gav gets his flowers as well from Clive. He's awesome. I said I was thirsty. But yeah, scenes like those kind of make me again appreciate just how good a protagonist Clive is. He's definitely one of the best Final Fantasy protagonist I think we've ever had. I think, like, for anyone who's played through the whole game or watched through everything so far, if you've watched through this entire experience and you're like, yeah, Clive's a bit of a shit protagonist, we're just, I don't know where you get that from. I think we're just on a fundamentally different wavelength, if that's what you think. I mean, what I've liked about this whole thing, again, it makes me think about Sid. And how he was just such a smooth talker, and based on the stories that you hear from people, like Otto and Karen and those guys, he always knew what needed to be said to people to motivate them, to make them feel better, to get them to understand the cause and all of that kind of stuff. And those are elements that every great leader needs. Like, how do you manage and interact with and communicate with and connect with so many different people with different motivations and different needs and that kind of thing? And based on what we saw of Sid, he was a master of that. And that's a tough thing to do. It requires a lot of, like, you know, interpersonal skills, a lot of charisma, a lot of sympathy, a lot of empathy. And could Clive really carry that? And at the end of the day, since he became Sid, I think that's a big part of, you know, who Sid was and what Sid is and what the future Sid needs to be. And to me, like, there's a lot of moments where Clive has demonstrated that, where, you know, he's given characters the motivation they need and told them what they need to hear. And it seems like it's always come from the heart and from a nice place. So Gav, obviously, he carries a wound in his heart about the fact that he could never be the older brother that he wanted to be. And for Clive to tell him that, you know, you're my brother, I think that's huge. And he didn't just say it to make him feel better. I do believe that Clive feels that way when he said it. So yeah, like, stuff like that I really enjoy. And to me, at least, that's a demonstration of good writing. But bad writing is where the fuck is Jill. We're having all of these, like, really cool close-off moments, especially, like, with the characters that we like the most. A couple of these side quests, yeah, they've been a bit of a fluff, but in general, like, compared to some of the earlier stuff, it's been really good. And especially for the main characters in the story, we've had some nice moments with them. And meanwhile, Jill just sitting here, just, you know,